Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 10.0, and today is day 42. So the last couple of days we have been focused on creating marketing pieces, and I've shown you how to create a flyer and a postcard using our connection to Canva through KW Command. Today we're actually going to create an email design, and in this case we're going to stay inside of Command, inside of our marketing applet. So let's scroll down our new marketing applet. Again, the same megaphone icon we've come to know, just a different name. And we are going to go into our designs tab inside of the marketing applet. Previously, this is where we could create print-based assets and our social-based assets. But again, we've moved all of that to Canva. The only thing that remains inside of Command is our email templates, although Canva does have email templates, but we're going to stay inside of Command for these. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new email design. So we're going to click on Create Design. It's a little misleading. Really, the only designs we have available still left to us are these email-based templates. You can see inside of this menu, there are, 24 templates available for you to utilize, or you can start from scratch. Today, just so you can understand all of the different components of an email design, we're actually going to build one from scratch. So we're going to click on Create New Design, and that's going to give us our blank canvas for our email design that we want to create. The first thing we need to do is title this design. So I'm just going to say Command 6610 test. And that's going to be our name for our email design. On the right-hand side, we have got layout blocks and then content widgets that we can drop into those blocks. So with regards to the layout, you can see there are three main types of layouts. And then we've got a divider that we can put behind, or excuse me, between each one of those layout blocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop in a single column. We've got that. Then I'm going to drag over a divider. And we're going to click on the back arrow once that divider has been dropped in. I'm going to bring in a 2-column section, another divider. I'm going to bring in the 3-column section and another divider. And then finally, the 3/7. This is just so we can get a good idea of what each one of these looks like. So here's our email that we're building out. Each one of these is a layout content block, basically kind of a placeholder for stuff we want to put inside of it. So let's go ahead and start filling that in. If we look over on the right-hand side, we've got our content widgets as well. I'm going to start with email header, and I'm going to drag and drop that at the very top of this email just to make that look professional and smooth, okay? So if at any point you want to see what that looks like, you do have several options. You can come over here to the eyeball icon and click on preview, and it's going to show you what that looks like. You can close the X. You can also, at any point you'd like, click on Send Test Email. That's going to send you an actual email copy of what your email would look like. And of course, this preview is the same as this eyeball icon. It takes us to the preview. We can see this in desktop mode, tablet mode, and mobile device mode as well. So we're going to close out those three. Now let's start adding some things inside of our content blocks. So let's say that we want to add in a text box at the top. So I'm going to click and drag this over. You can see it gives us the opportunity to now start adding text to this block. So welcome to Old Katy living at its finest. And there we go, there's the top. I'm going to make this a little bit larger to more fill in that box. So let's say we go to maybe 24 and let's make it bold. All right, bold took it to a second line. I want it to stay on one line. So I can come in and change this, and let's just make it a little bit smaller. We'll make it 21, and there we go. You do have the ability to change the width percentage. You can also add in what's called padding, which basically is just kind of white space. You can see there's padding on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the top, and the bottom. You can do that by adding these. You can also add a border around that if you wanted to, and then decide how wide you want that border to be. And if you wanted specific colors, You can come in and put in an RGB code, or you can actually check off what color you want that to be, right? So you can select the color there. And now that we've got that, we can click the back arrow and we're done editing that first layout block. It's the one column block utilizing a text-based content. So now we've got the two column block. Let's say we wanted to drop images in each of those. So I'm going to click and drag the image over, and I have the opportunity to select from images that I have previously uploaded. I can upload images by clicking on add images and then upload them. And super convenient, especially in this case, when you're making a listing-based email, I can click on listing images. By default, it does show all listings. I'm going to select my listings and then search. It's going to show me my listings. I'm going to go into view my listings. And you've seen this property already once before, maybe twice before as we continue to use it. So we're going to click on save. And now I have the front of the house loaded in on this left-hand column. You can see that I can add alt text. I can actually make this photo linkable to a landing page, merge tag, web address, team app link. I can change the styling again with the padding, width, or justification left, right, center. And I can even put a border around it if I choose to. We're going to skip all of that for now. I am going to add a second image to the right-hand side following the same exact process. Again, my listings, search, view, and then select another image that you would like to utilize. Let's just say we want to come down and maybe do that living room shot again. There we go. So now we have completed the single column, the dual column. Now we actually have a triple column that we can utilize. So I could come over and say, let's put a text box in the left-hand side. And I'm just going to say, click here for video walkthrough. And I'm going to do a little arrow to the right because I'm about to drop in a video content widget right there in the center. So now I can come in and enter the video URL. So we've got that. We pulled that from YouTube. So I'm just going to copy that URL. I'm going to go back and paste it. And then we're good to go there. Oh, the only thing I didn't do was click a thumbnail. So if I don't put a thumbnail, it's just going to be this boring gray box with an arrow that looks kind of boring. So I am going to click on replace. Again, I can go back to my listing images. I'm going to change it to my listings view. And let's choose another listing image for the front of the property. Let's see. It doesn't really matter. We can just choose any of them. There we go. I'll just choose the other driveway front photo. And then if we wanted to, right, we can continue to add different content blocks to each one of these. Now, some of these are going to be better suited than others. I could drop the listing block into this right-hand corner, but you can see it's kind of formatted to be a bigger block, and so it's going to squish that video. We don't want to do that. As always, if we need to undo something, we can click on undo up here, and that will remove that block. Let's see if we can. It's going to make us do this. All right, so let's just save design, and then we should be able to close that and come back, right? So we've closed out that listing. Now we can come back and we can start making the edits. So let's say we wanted that listing block, but let's drop it down here in our two column section. So I can autofill from listing. Again, you can see how helpful it is to have your listings connected inside of Command, especially when it comes to these email designs, because I am just literally flying through the addition of photos without having to upload or download anything. So I'm going to pull in the listing. You can see it pulls in all the information here on the right-hand side, right? And I could make this linkable as well, because you can see I can link to, right? So I'm going to come in and I'm going to say web address. And I'm going to go to my personal website, my Keller Williams website, which we've shown you how to do. I'm going to search for that property, and I'm going to paste that URL into the web address section. If I wanted to, I can change the font color. I can add again. I can lay it out how I want, different set, horizontal, vertical. Let's see if we do vertical, what that looks like, so you can see there. And I could, again, drop in a simple text box here. And again, you guys are probably much better at doing all this. I am going through it kind of fast. I know it doesn't look like the world's best design, but it's really just to kind of show you what your options are. And I could just say, you know, click here for more property info and photos. And just to show you, we could go through, let's make that italicized bold, and maybe we want that to be red as well. So there we go. And you can kind of see what each one of these blocks looks like. Anytime I want to preview it, I can click on the eyeball icon, get an idea of what that actually looks like. And again, we can always do options, send test email. It'll ask you what email address you want to send that to. You can click on send test and then wait. It's usually not that long. I already have it in my inbox just like that. And it'll show you what that email then looks like live inside of your actual inbox. The last thing I'm going to show you is that we do have a email footer we can drop in. So I can drop in that email footer and get that information. The event block, just so that you can see it, it looks similar to the listing block, but it just puts in the ability to, if we choose to, add an image. So this might say open house maybe, and then you could put in the open house information there for you. View details is a button that's then going to link to, and again, you can choose where that links to as well. Finally, if you want to save this, we're going to click on save at the top, save design, and you can also save and close, and it'll save the design again. In order to access that template for any additional edits in the future, you can always just come back into your marketing applet inside of the designs tab, and you can see all of your previously saved email designs. You can click on that, and there you go. Now all of your information is available for you to make edits to. So if you get one that you really like, that looks really sharp, hopefully a lot better than this example demo one, then you could always just keep reusing that same one. You can see also that you have the ability to make copies of these. So maybe this is the one for 6715 Arrowbrook Cove, but I want to make a copy so that I have my original, right? And I want to have a second one, maybe with my another listing that I have. I can come in and make marketing changes to the newest listing while still preserving the original listing email design. That's it for today, guys. I know it's a little bit quick and dirty there, a walkthrough of all of your layout blocks, your content widgets, the ability to make edits to those, and then include that. Tomorrow, we're going to utilize what Keller Williams has already provided, which, as you can see, is going to be extremely helpful for me. And those are previously created and templated email designs that will take very little work to update. So stay tuned for that. As always, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I look forward to speaking with you again real soon.